Hello everyone. You're back once again for another episode of what I always say, the Denied Entry to USA show. A show that's for you and only you and no one else. Well, as you guys may already know me, I'm Ken Scott. I am a senior US immigration law intelligence analyst with US Entry Waiver Services.com. And we've got 6 locations globally. But in BC, we've got Surrey, BC, we've got Vancouver, and we've got Burnaby. So it's been a while since I've had the chance to get back to you guys and let you know what's been going on. We've got a lot of projects on the go, so a lot of the chat rooms that we normally attend, it's been quite difficult. So we are flooded with business, and now apparently people are calling us for fingerprinting. Mind you, those I pass off to friends that are in the industry, but we're just getting bombarded with everything, and it's just unreal. So that's why you guys haven't heard from us for a bit. So anyway, you guys know I can be a bit long-winded, so this one I'm gonna try to keep short. I guess nice try. Anyway, so the title of this video is, what did I call today? US Entry Waiver Applications Accepted, or I'm going to say being accepted. So guys, here's what's going on now. Apparently at the borders back east, they are now accepting US Entry Waiver packets from everyone. So everyone means everyone. So you don't have to be an essential worker in order to file your packet. You can be Willie, the warehouse worker in Winnipeg, who's having to pay vagina money and has to get his waiver because he stole a car when he was 19 and now he's 40. Or you could be Jay Singh, who moved 5 truckloads of white candy across the border in semi-trucks, and now you're rehabilitated and now you decided to change your life around. Either way, we can sort you out. So what we're doing now actually is we're sending everyone out, well, not everyone, we're sending a lot of our people out to Niagara, out to the eastern borders, only because the fact that, now, like I said, the eastern borders are taking the packets. Now, mind you, there's travel restrictions and all that good stuff. So what I tell people is, I say, you know what? This is where it can be, filed or sorted. So it's up to you if you wish to travel out there. So that part I leave up to them. So I essentially give them the tools and then they make that decision. So I don't want anyone saying I'm encouraging people to break travel restrictions. Nope, it's totally up to them. What I wanted to talk about today, a couple of different things here. We had a gentleman that came in the other day to the Surrey office, and he actually has a permanent waiver from I think it was 98, 7 or 8, one of those two. And basically, we're getting him a copy of his permanent waiver, and that's a special process for that, yada, yada. That's no big thing. But the big thing was the gentleman, I guess, called around, and one lawyer wanted to charge him $350 just for a consultation, which is, in all honesty, BS. So you don't need to pay $350 for a consultation for a case, similar to his. It's just ridiculous. Even we don't do that. So anyway, so we sorted him out and yada, yada. But the reason why I brought that up is because the fact that you guys call these discount waiver companies and they're telling you that each crime or conviction requires a waiver. That is complete BS. Not every crime or conviction requires a waiver. It just depends upon what you have in your case particulars. So, you guys in that Ontario region calling these $5.99 Batman pardon waiver companies, they say, oh yeah, come in, and file. You guys are taking a chance, especially if you have a really complex case. But, it's your money. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But when you guys get screwed over, don't say I never warned you. So, and then we also had another person call us. And I'm not going to go into details about her case, but I'm just going to call her a nice lady. Well, the nice lady, here's the thing about this work. If I go into too many details, these competitors are going to try to reverse engineer it and try to, repackage it and sell it at a cheaper price. So I got to try to tread lightly the way I explain this. What I will say is that in terms of being charged with a crime, there's a charge. Disposition is whether you were convicted, whether you got a conditional discharge, absolute discharge, or dismissal, acquittal, or whatever. Well, anyway, so this lady, her category her case fell into one of those categories. So I explained to her, because since your case is in one of the aforementioned categories, you technically do not need a waiver. And we've got supplements and case law that dictates why. And she was surprised because the competitor told her, oh, you need a waiver right away. But the thing is, she would not have gotten approved anyway, because her, I hate to use the word conviction, but her disposition was fairly recently, I would say less than 6 weeks ago. So I told her, I said, even if you needed a waiver, you would get denied because your disposition is way too recent. And she understood. I was honest with her. I charged her less than 1 cent. So that part's fine. And she knows who I am. I will send her a special link, and I want to thank her for calling in about that. But in her particular case, because her disposition was one of the 5 I just mentioned, she does not need a waiver, and she knows what I mean. So she's welcome to call back anytime, her and her friend. She's in our special category, and that's that. And she's also an Ontarian, go figure. So let's get back down to what I was saying. So remember, not every crime requires a U.S. waiver. It really depends upon what you have, right? Now, another gentleman called. He had been charged with trafficking, but he had got stayed. And I explained to him the process regarding that. And nice gentleman, but I don't know if he fully understood it. I mean, I did explain it about 10 times. I don't know if he got it. I would say he got it maybe 70%. So in his particular case, he won't need a waiver as long as how can I say it? As long as he decides to engage in appropriate behavior based upon what he and I discussed. I will just say that. If that's the case, then he will be fine. So we will see what happens with him. So I talked about the lifetime clearances. Again, guys, not every conviction requires a U.S. waiver. Oh, and I guess what I should have said in the beginning, not working today in the office. So what I decided to do, just make a quick video for you guys. Oh, and I have to represent Surrey. So shout out to Surrey. So I got to show my respect for Surrey. Well, good old Surrey, BC. It's a great place. But right now, they've got a few challenging issues. I won't go into in detail. It's extremely political, and I will leave it at that. So anyway, so getting back to what I was saying, and the next thing I want to talk about is fees. For some reason, well, I already know why, but for some reason, people, when they give us a call, the first thing they ask is, what do you charge? People, let me explain something to you. Let's say if you got Willie, the warehouse worker in Winterpeg, who stole a car at 19 and now he's 40. And let's say you got Jay Singh, who moved product by the truckload. You know what? Let me write these down. You got Willie, Jay, and I'm going to say Mr. R. Smith. Mr. R. Smith has convictions for fondling little boys. Now, guys, think for a minute. Which conviction do you think is going to be the toughest to clear? It's not going to be Willie. Believe it or not, it won't be Mr. Singh. It's going to be Mr. Smith. Because they are extremely hard on sex crimes. And if they say victim, as they say, if the victim is under a certain age, under 18 to be exact, it's even harder. So it's massive work. So obviously those cases are going to cost a lot more. You might be looking at close to 5 to 10K, closer to the 10 mark, I would say. Reason why that is, though, is because we do all the rehabilitation, the letters, everything. In all of our cases, the clients really do very little work, if any. We do 95% of everything. So, Mr. Smith's case, we can likely get it cleared, but it's massive rehabilitation. So if Mr. Smith would have called and not told me what his offense was and said, how much you charge, I would have said, well, what do you have here? Were you moving product by the truckload? Were you stealing cars? So the minute he tells me his offense, I'm going to be honest and say, you're looking closer to the 5, 7, 8, 10K range. I said, but you will get cleared. I said, but it's massive work. And then obviously I'm going to go over why he will get cleared. And then, you know, he'll say, okay, well, fine, fair enough. And then he'll either decide if he wants to do it or if he doesn't want to do it. If he wants to do it, great, we'll get him cleared. So, because right now we're at a 99% success rate. If he doesn't want to do it, then I understand. So when you guys call us, please, the first thing you ask, please do not ask us what the fees are. Give us some info on your case first so we know the difficulty level. So Mr. Willie, obviously, you know, his fee is going to be, I don't know, probably I would say 1,000 to 1,500 between that, because he's lower on the food chain. You know, he's a smaller fish. The smaller fish cases are a lot quicker and less work to clear. Mr. Singh, now he's higher up on the food chain regarding getting him cleared. We'll get him cleared, but it's more work, so obviously it's going to be a higher cost. And ballpark figure, Mr. Singh could be looking at, depending upon his particulars, it could be 1,600, could be 2,000, could be 4,500. It really just depends on each case. So, you know what I mean? So it's really hard to tell what each case is going to cost until I get some background material. And guys, any company that says, oh, we charge the same fee for each case, that's a bunch of BS, because you guys use some common sense here for a moment. Which case is harder to clear, Mr. Smith or Willie the warehouse worker? So common sense says that if Mr. Smith's case is harder, why would you charge the same price? And I'll tell you guys why. It's because the discount waiver company you've hired, they're going to slap it together, slap on 2 letters of reference, maybe a job letter, and the packet may be maybe that thick in the end. Then when you get your denial, you're going to say, oh, why did I get denied? And they're going to say, oh, sorry, I don't know. Then you come to me, I'm going to say, why did you go there? And you might be honest and say, well, you know, it was cheaper. Or you might say, who I found. I said, well, look, I'm going to charge you more now. And they say, why? I said, well, I got to undo everything that Batman did, you know, when he did his, your case. No disrespect to Batman. I like his movies. So you guys got to exercise some common sense here and stop worried about fees as much. You need to worry about quality and worry about getting approved. Now, if fees are the number one thing that's important to you guys, then you should not call us. So if you want quality, if you want a very high chance of approval, and in some cases we do money back guarantee, more so for like the really higher cases, then you need to call us. So it depends what's important to you. If you want cheap fees, Batman's always there. You get denied, well, that's just money you lost, you know, from Batman. You come to us, you got a 99% chance of getting cleared. However, by the time we finish the process and the stuff we ask from you and yada, yada, or prep work, you might have a gray hair or two from us because we're really adamant about getting you cleared. Because the thing is, you guys hire us to take care of you, to sort you out. And I believe in that religiously. And let's see what's here. So long as you guys are well aware of that. Oh, so anyway, so regarding waivers now, I had already said that the Niagara border, I think I said, well, the eastern borders are now taking waiver packets from everyone. Everyone means everyone, like I said, including Willie, the warehouse worker. Now, what you have to do, at least for Niagara, you basically have to give them a shout, book an appointment. And that number is, and I guess I can leave it in the links, area code 716-843-8521. So again, 716-843-8521. And that's the document control section. Now, something interesting is happening out there at that border. Whenever you call and you make your appointment, it seems like some of these guys try to push you towards eSafe. But the thing is, the ARO director has specifically stated on April 15, 2021 at a seminar that the ARO will accept paper packets and eSafe packets. She's going to accept both, at least her agency. So it seems like these guards out there in Niagara, they seem to be trying to push eSafe. So yesterday, I spoke to them and I asked this question. And the guard said, no eSafe. And I said, well, technically your director of your ARO said on April 15th this year, she stated that they will take paper and e-safe. And the guard didn't really know what to say about that. He just said, well, so this is just all I know. I said, no, it's fine. You know, it was a pleasant interaction. But then I called before and got a different person. She said, no, we take paper and we take e-safe. So guys, they will take paper. So it just depends on you. We've sent people out there with paper. We've sent people out there with e-safe. It's just really a case-by-case basis. And that's the only one back east we're dealing with for the moment is Niagara. We may expand and check out the other ones. Now, the Saskatchewan border, the North Portal one, I spoke to an official out there, a senior official, and he said that they're only taking waiver packets for from essential workers. So I said, that's fine, whatever. And actually, the very first one we sent out there was an e-safe application, and I can do a bit of boasting here. We hold the record of sending the very, very first person to that North Portal border for e-safe. And that was January of this year. So that's a record we will have for life. Although we have many records we have for life that cannot break, that no one can really break. So, I mean, it is what it is. So North Portal essential workers as of last week. Now, I spoke to a senior official regarding the BC borders, a different gentleman. And he said, look at the notes here, it's all on paper. I asked him about the same policy. Will the BC borders be having a similar policy as Niagara? He says, quote unquote, we've not discussed modifying our policy in the Blaine area. And I'm not going to tell you the gentleman's name or number, other than he works for Homeland Security and he is up there. So there you have it. BC is essential worker. You're not an essential worker, it's a no-go. Credit no good, denied. But again, you guys want to file now, you can go to Niagara, the eastern borders, and file after you make your appointment. So it depends on what you want to do. So our people are doing it, so that's fine in that sense. So it's just a matter of what's important to you. I mean, do you want to file now? If you're in BC or Alberta, do you want to file now? Or do you want to wait until the border is open or taking packets from everyone? So some people in BC don't want to wait. I'm sorry, some people in BC, they're ready to go, like I said, right now. Some people are willing to wait for the border to open. So again, guys, it just depends on what works for you. But if you want to file a waiver, you make your appointment, whether it's e-safe or the paper version. Obviously, we like the paper version. You can do it right now, whether you're a truck driver or whether you're willing to warehouse worker at Winnipeg. So it just depends on you. And at that same seminar I mentioned earlier, it was April 15th of this year, the ARO director, she did say that right now, the processing time for US waivers, whether it's paper or whether it's e-safe, she said 10 to 30 days. So, let me just check that. That's fine, I'll check that. Yeah, so 10 to 30 days. So, mind you, that's as of April 15th. And today is what, May 5th, I think. So it's likely still the same. And we had a gentleman that went down to the BC border yesterday, did his prints fine. Really was no hassle, no issue. He's a truck driver. So guys, anyway, so I wanted to pass off some info to you guys. Hopefully will help you with your US waiver cases. We're at www.usentrywaiverservices.com. And our phone number is 1-888-908-3841 or 604-332-9213. Read that number again, 604-332-9213. And again, this is Ken Scott with USEntryWaiverServices.com. And just to let you guys know, I want to give you some words, the words of my Vulcan colleague. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to screw it up. Oh, here we go. Live long and prosper.
I got to tell you, folks, wait till Hulk Hogan comes out here. The roof is going to come off the Bell Center here in Montreal. As the anticipation builds, you can feel it. The legendary Hulk Hogan is a heartbeat away